It's so funny that I told God that I wanted to travel out of the country that particular year. I wanted to go to Dubai and everything. And it was part of what I'd written at the beginning of the year. And so there was this particular fateful day. My pastor called and they're like, okay, would you like to go with us to Dubai? So he was taking the pastors to Dubai. And I wasn't a pastor then at the church, at that church. And they were like, would you like to join? And I'm like, okay. It was an amazing thing because this is me at the beginning of the year. I'd written God, I'd like to go to Dubai, and it was just like about 2 weeks. Guess what, guys? At that time, I was looking for my international passport. I couldn't find it, so I had to go to Abuja to go renew it. At the time, my pastor called me. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't have any cash to even book a flight to go to Abuja. He called me Sunday morning. I had to get to Abuja the following morning, which was Monday morning. And guess what? I just called a friend. I said, guy, please, can you help me? I think the ticket was 20K just to go. I said, can you help me with 20K? I would pay you during the week or something like that. And the person sent me 20K. There and there, I booked my flight for the first flight to go to Abuja in the morning. And I went to Abuja. First story. Now, the second thing, guess what? I didn't have money to move from the airport to the immigration center. Is that not funny? I called my sister and she was able to call a cabman at the airport to take me from the airport to the immigration office. By the time I got to the immigration office, guys, guess what? I didn't have money for my passport. As in, I'm not telling you lies. This is a story I will never forget in my life. I didn't have money for the passport. So I waited for them to resume because I got there very early. I went to first flight. I got there very early. By the time I met the guy my sister had, connected me with, that was around 9 o'clock. The guy like, okay, you will need to go to the bank. You make some payment. I think total cost was about 50K. And I'm serious, guys, I didn't have any money. As in, I didn't have money to pay for cab, which was about 5K to move me from the airport to the immigration center. So while the guy told me, you go make the payment and the rest, before that time, I was already calculating, okay, where would I get the money and everything. I'd made some calls and everything. There was this particular client that I was handling a project for them, taking pictures for the baby at different months, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and everything, and she pays instrumentally. And so I'd called her some minutes before the time that morning that, okay, can you pay me part of the money that I'm meant to get from you? And she was like, okay, she'll see what she'll do. Normally, when I call the lady, she doesn't pay immediately. She would probably speak to her husband. Maybe in a week's time, they'll make the payment and everything. So I'd already called her and called 1 or 2 other persons. And so the guy told me I should go make the payment into the bank to start the process. And at the time the guy told me there was no money yet. In fact, I was not seeing the idea, should I tell the guy that, okay, can you lend me money? Let me go pay. Imagine somebody I didn't know, somebody at the immigration, I was just meeting for the first time and everything. But of course, I didn't tell him. I left there and I was just walking away. I just said, God, man, you have to do something now. Guess what, guys? Lo and behold, the alert came in, 50K. I was like, God, you are really amazing. You know how to save me. How come this lady that would normally take over a week to pay paid immediately? And that was how this lady paid the money. I was just so excited. I got to make the payment. I got to the bank, made the payment. I was just happy. And I got to my sister's place in Abuja and I rested. And at a point, I called the guy, okay, I'm coming back to the following. The guy said, no, don't come. That it takes a while. You can't have your capturing. I'm like, I need to get this thing on time because the travel to Dubai was, I think it was a Friday, it was on Monday, the following Monday. So I just had a week. That was on Monday, the following Monday and everything. And I heard that Dubai don't work on... There's the particular day they don't work. I think they don't work on Friday. They don't work on Friday. So that means that my passport has to be ready before Thursday so that the person that is processing can help me ensure I get my visa to travel with them on Monday. And by the time I called the guy, he was telling me it wasn't possible. My sister said, no, go back and insist on it. And she's made a statement I will never forget. She said, protocols will be broken for your sake. And I went back and I talked to the guy. The guy kept telling me it wasn't possible. I'm like, how will it not be possible? I went around, made some inquiries, asked some people there. They were like, there's a VIP screening that is possible. I went to meet the guy, like, guy, it's possible. Now, why don't you take me through VIP screening? The guy was just looking at me like, which kind of VIP screen? But cut the long story short, I got my passport ready by Thursday. And immediately I scanned the passport, sent it to the agent that was going to work the visa for me. And that was how the process started. And guys, guess what? Remember I told you I didn't have enough money. I didn't have enough money to even come back to Lagos. But God provided it. I can't remember if it was my sister that got the ticket. But so I got back to Lagos. And I got back to Lagos. I was excited. Like finally, my passport is ready. Now guys, as if that was the end, I didn't have money for my ticket. And I was meant to travel on Monday. At that point, I was like, God, I think the ticket was like 150K or so. I was like, God, no, like, so at that point, my sisters were looking at me, all of them were laughing at me like, this Dubai, now by force you go travel. I said, guys, you don't understand. My spirit is already in Dubai, just my body, you are seeing that in Dubai, we must go there and everything. And I was like, God, what will I do? And I was just like, God, thinking, calling, doing what I needed to do at that point. Yeah, suddenly it just dawned on me. I had this 50 inches TV that I bought that I wasn't using. The plan was to get like 2 or 3 of it to use it for media and the rest. At that point, I just thought about it. Maybe I should just sell this 50 inches TV. So immediately I put it on Gigi for some to see who will buy. This was on. I got back to Lagos, I think on Thursday, on Friday. Yeah, on Friday. I got back to Lagos on Friday. I needed to travel on Monday, and so at that point, I was looking for who was going to buy it. I put it on Gigi. Nobody was going to buy it. I just told my sister, you know what? They were going to travel on Friday. No, they're going to travel on Monday. So while I was looking for everything, money was not yet available. By Monday, I told my sister, take me to the airport. Guys, I didn't have money. I was going to the airport without tickets. Somewhere at the back of my mind, just like any which way, maybe on my way, I'll stop at the ATM, check money would have entered my account. I will withdraw, get to the airport shop, buy a ticket and everything. By the time I got to the ATM on the way, there was no money. I felt bad. I went back home. My sister was just looking at me like, they tell you, just do. Anyway, I got bad, but I felt bad, but like I said, no, this thing must work. So I couldn't travel with them on Monday. So, but that Monday, when I got back home, I was just thinking, racking my and everything. Nobody had offered to buy at this. Then a friend of mine that was with me at that time, just said, this is your TV, how much do you want to sell it? I think I bought the TV like 120K at that point in time. I can't remember. So I told him I was going to sell for him, I think it was 80K. And he was like, he was going to buy. And I was looking at him, so you have 80K at this moment. And you were looking at me all this way. He said, what will he do? Should he give me his rent money to go and travel to Dubai and he will be here and everything? He gave me that money. And I can't remember how the remaining 40K or thereabout came. Guys, guess what? I bought the ticket the midnight. I think like 1 a.m. That was when I sent the money to the agent, and that was when I got a ticket. On Tuesday morning, I got to the airport. And I was traveling out of the country without having enough money. If when I got to the airport, the immigration officers, they were checking me. They were like, I find anything for us. I was just looking at that. I said, if you guys know my story, I think I only had, I don't think I had up to 1,000 and everything. And that was how I traveled to Dubai. And I got there, of course, my pastor had organized the the hotel reservation and every other thing. Now, looking at that experience is one risk that a lot of people will not take, and I will not encourage people to make the move, calculate, plan, everything. But I've looked at my life and I've looked at several experiences that it's almost like until when I make that move, God honors. And I want to encourage you. What is that dream? What is that vision? I hope the stories. In fact, I can tell you stories upon stories. You see how I got married. You see how I started some of the businesses and the things I'm doing today. But I've realized that I always have to make that move. I always have to push. I always have to tell myself, you know what? Enough is enough. I need to do this. I want to encourage you. What is it that you've always wanted to do? Make that move. Make that move. Make that. Sometimes just go. You don't know how it's going to end, but just make the move. While you are making the move, make sure you are planning, you are calculating and everything. But guys, if you want to know more about this, I have a program that I designed called the 30-day Richer Life Intensive that I help people teach people several principles, several strategies, and help them to guide them. And one of the things I teach them is what I just explained to you, how to make bold moves, how to apply certain principles, how to set goals, how to... Now, this story that I told you guys, I didn't tell you exactly all the things I did. Now, this is just the surface. There's some things I was doing in the background. I wrote the vision, reading it every day, and some other things, principles and the rest. But guys, I just want to say that make the move. If you're interested in that program, reach out to me. I'm going to put the link in this video to reach out. It's going to blow your mind. A lot of people, some people have tried it, not tried it, they paid for the course and they're engaging it and it's been a blessing to them. I hope my stories that I've shared with you has been a blessing, and I hope you make that move and share with me the move that you want to make after this, and let me work with you. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.